Hi everyone, so I'm back with a little craft with me today, and this is inspired by Cathy's Garden here on YouTube. She done a video a day or so ago, and it was making an easy fold out journal. It's a very simple, easy to do little journal, and she said, you know, it could be great. I will link it below, so you've probably seen it, but I will link it below so you can go and watch it. But she said, you know, you could add it onto a journal as well, you know, like a bigger journal. So that's what I'm going to do. So I have almost finished this one, and I thought, right, what am I going to put on the front? Got a few bits. I've got some bits to add on to the side of it, but I thought what I'm going to do is the cover. I could have left it simple like this. I could have put maybe just a little book plate down here, but what I'm going to do is do this, and this little fold out thing journal will be an additional to this, so it won't actually be stuck on, but it'll be something that will go on the top of it. That's what I'm aiming for anyway. So I'm not going to be doing the same measurements as Cathy done in her video, because she done one which was a bit bigger. I'm going to have to scale mine down because the journal that I'm working on is, I don't know what size it is, but anyway, it is just a little bit more than 7.5 by 4.25. I'm doing little journals at the moment. So anyway, I've got these 3 pieces of paper which I have got from Creative Fabrica, which is a yearly subscription of stuff that you can use, you can download, you can incorporate it into your digital kits and stuff like that. So anyway, I can't remember what this is called. I think it was like, let me have a look. Soft beige shabby chic journal set, and it was just like 27 or 28 pages, 27 pages of different patterns in a beige color. So I'm not using that one, I'm using this. I already had used some of the papers within this journal, which is that, which I think is actually this, but I am going to be trimming this down. So I'm going to cut this in half. Not cut it, I'm not cutting it in half, I'm folding it in half. I'm going to use my one folder. Now Cathy used cardstock. I'm not using cardstock, I'm just using like a heavier paper, and with this I'm just measuring, because it's got this line and this line here, I'm just going to go, how much is that? Who knows? It is just shy of 2 centimeters. And about the same down here, and I'm going to trim that out with the paper trimmer. And do that a little bit. Keep all these little bits, they'll be good for other projects and collaging and masterboards and things like that. So now I'm just going to measure that away. So I think I'm going to take that to, I don't know if I want to do it 9 or 8.5. 8.5. We'll see. 8.5, 9. We'll do 9. Again, you can use that for other things. Because I wanted to, saying that, you're not actually going to see this because I am going to cover it over. So this part here, I'm not going to stitch it. Cathy stitched hers, but it was on thicker cardstock. Like I said, I'm not doing the thicker cardstock. Let's just do this. And we're going to just put a couple of little pages in here. Like I said, I will link her video below so you can go and see it if you haven't already done so. And she used double-sided digital prints. I am not. And I'm just thinking, I know she corner rounded, there we go, this little bit here, using the smaller side, which is the 1/4 inch little corner rounder. And then here we're going to grab some paper, which you think I would have done. Now, saying that, I could probably get, I'll use 2 sheets, but I shall Sorry about this chair, it's so squeaky. The other day I said to my husband, you need to come up with some WD-40, sort this squeak out. Anyway, he had a little look, and after turning it upside down, he put it back round and it wasn't squeaking anymore. So we just left it, and now it's squeaking again. Right, so I'm just going to mark there and there. But I am going to take that in a little bit. Sorry, that is so annoying. It's annoying me. So we're taking that to 8.5. Might be a little harder to get through. There we go. And then that way we could maybe do it there so it's not as thick. So that was, we'll take that to 14. And then I'm going to get some, don't know where it is. Where is it? Oh, it's right there. There it is. Some linen thread. And waxed linen thread actually, but I always add a little bit more wax to it because we're going to sew that into the signature. Well, oops, the little cover. Some scissors are rubbish for that. I haven't been doing many craft with me videos because I haven't actually felt inspired. Not by, I don't mean by other people, just me myself. I felt a little bit like lost at the moment with making stuff. I just don't feel inspired to make anything. That's what I mean. I don't mean like people are inspiring me every day, but I just in a little bit of a flump with it all. Right, make sure that's the right way around. Here we go. Just like that. And if you want to, you can do all the measuring. Like, I'm just going to guess where the middle is. Let's just gather all that properly. There we go. And I have had a little bit of a cold as well. It's just like a head cold. And I felt a little bit tired and just not with it the last week or two. Yeah, that's, you know, it's not perfect. Like perfect in the middle, that is. And then I just go in through the middle. So it's just a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Basically, it's just a little booklet. And like I said, my one is a little bit smaller. Well, a lot smaller than the one that's in the video. Let's find a better pair. I might actually keep that a bit longer. I may add some beads. Right, and then the next part was, did I want to do that one? I can't remember. It's basically like a little trifold, so we want something to maybe come, I'm just guessing this, because obviously I'm not using the same measurements as Cathy used. And I'm just folding that like that just now. And then I'm going to fold that. Don't want it, I want it smaller than the actual cover, that little cover. And we want it to go over just a little bit. And so we see that's gone in there. I want this piece to come in to possibly there. So we will fold that there. Hope that's not confusing for you, but... And this piece is coming off. Now we can... I'll get the trimmer out. I'm in a trimmer kind of mood. Sometimes I don't use this for days and weeks because I can't be bothered to keep pulling it out all the time. Right. So that's going to come in like so. And we want that to say about, where's my pencil? To about there. And again, we'll bring the trimmer in. I'm trying to do this in one video without, like, when I say one video, like one take, rather than keep stopping and starting. I told everyone I'm busy, don't annoy me. But that won't make no difference. Back in with this at the 1/4 inch. If it was a bigger journal, I might have used the 1/2 inch one, but it's not. Right, I'm going to ink this. Got too much around me now. Got a big mess. The weather is absolutely appalling today, tonight. Raining, hasn't stopped raining. We had to pop to the shops earlier and we got absolutely drenched. Just like getting out of the car and walking probably less than like 10 foot to the front of the shop. And we were soaking. Right. Inking isn't, you don't have to ink, but I like to do it. Right, so it's that way. Was it that way? It was that way, wasn't it? And what Cathy done was she glued along this down the side and there, and she left this side open. I'm going to do exactly the same. But first of all, I am going to put in some paper. Let's see, I've got all my lined paper and squared paper sorted. So this I'm just going to roughly guess so that we've got a little journal spot inside there. I think she also put pockets in the side, which I will do with a couple of little bits that are left over. Right. And just thinking, do I want the... I've lost my little ruler, so we shall use this one. Just going to tear that so that it's like, you know, got that rough edging. And I'm going to ink up around the edge. And we'll get some glue to put on there. And it's probably, I'll never put the lid on it as usual. So there we go. Excuse me. Got a little writing space there. I don't think she put hers on as big, but right. That's perfect because that was the bottom of that we took off. So I can use that. And we'll use the other side as well, just to have, so that'd be that side, that'd be that side, and we could, we shall do this. Oops, take that off of there. I'm going to keep a little bit there. Draw draw a line, and I'll need to take a little bit off of that. We shall ink up if I can find the dauber. And let's see, yep, so we need to corner around that little piece so that it fits on like so. Just a thin bead of glue. Use whatever glue you have or you prefer or you can afford. Sorry if you can hear that noise. Someone's in his room next to me making a racket. Right, we will kind of do the same here. So, let me see. Is that roughly the same side? Bit smaller, it's absolutely fine. And then just take a little bit off there and ink it up. Oh, and take that little corner piece out. Like so. And we shall just glue that down. You know, I haven't even, oh, it's going to look nice on there. See, this is where I might change things up a little bit. We shall see. I am going to actually have to stop the video because I'm going to have a think about this. Because I would like an image on here. Let me have a think about it and let me find an image. Okay, so I found a little image. I use a little bird. How cute is that? Right. Now, this is where I'm doing my own thing now, where Cathy added a completely different closure. I'm going to create a closure using this whole thing to actually have this as part of the closure to wrap around the journal, right? So, here I am going to do the gluing, and I'm only going to glue the top and the bottom because that's what I want to do, because then it gives me the chance to, if I want to slip something in that way, I can. If I want to slip something in that way, I can. Or if you wanted to, you could glue just like them three sides, which like what Cathy done, or them three sides, and leave that as an opening. Choices. There is opportunities everywhere. Just a little bit of glue. And if you're using anything directional, if you're using like other papers in that, just make sure it's all round the right way before you stick things down. Because we don't want things upside down, do we? Right. This is only on some like 100 GSM, and I'm just going to trim this a little bit. So it's got little border, it's got little border all the way around. I think that just needs straightening up. Righty-ho. And I'm going to glue that onto here, but I'm also going to have a little border around that as well, which I will ink up. So just making sure I've got glue right to the edges. And the journal that I made, I was inspired by one of Ruby and Pearl's videos. And then mine's turned out nothing like it. I've said this loads, you know, we all get inspired by certain things, and you get everything out to do it, and then when you do it, it's absolutely nothing like it, but the inspiration was there, which is what it's all about. You know, you're not like copying, you're just being inspired. And if somebody's doing it, this is just my opinion, if someone's showing you a tutorial start to finish and you do the same, you're not, I mean, you're doing as they've told you to do. You're not copying in a nasty way or anything like that. Whereas I've seen people saying like, copied my idea. Well, if you do a tutorial and you show people how to do things and they do it, it's not copying, is it? That's just my opinion. I know there's different scenarios to it. Right, so what I want to do here now you could use a different glue for this, like Fabri-Tac or whatever. Oh, I haven't got Fabri-Tac, but I do have a much stronger super tacky glue, which I do prefer. Takes a little bit, well, obviously it takes a little bit longer to dry. So I'm just going to run a piece of that, a piece of it, a piece of wet glue, just through there, just on a baby white. Right, and I've got some white fabric. I don't have any coffee dyed, but I'm not fussed. It's not fussed. Anyway, I'm going to keep a good length of that for now, because anything I trim off I can always use with something else. There's a little mark on that from wherever, so I'm going to put that there. And we could actually, should have thought about that beforehand, but let's measure this, because I could put another piece over the top, and then that's completely, this ruler, so it's, yeah, 6 and 2 by 8.5. Let's cut a little bit. Oh, my legs are stuck now. I'd crossed my legs under the table. Right, so there you go. Look at that. I forgot already. That was 6 by 2. And that was 8.5. I remember that part. Okay, had a little sneezy fit there. Just going to ink up around the edges of that. Like I said, I will link Cathy's video below, which inspired me, and you can go over and watch her video, and you can obviously see. Oh, I don't want to do that yet. I hate that, you know, when you start pulling on a little bit of thread and it doesn't stop. There we go. I'll be doing this all night now. I keep all that as well. It's good for behind things when you're looking for fluffy things. Right. So that's going to go on there. Like that, and somehow that ain't straight, but we'll sort that out. Well, we'll sort it out. You could leave it like that if you wanted to. Just putting quite a bit in the middle here where that it's going to meet the fabric, because this is going to be used as a closure, so we want that stuck down nicely. Yeah, just need to trim off a little bit of the top piece. Right, could set something heavy on that, like a EK Success punch, and I'm just going to set that to one side for a moment. I'm going to come back here because I have some little tags somewhere. I found them a minute ago. Oh, how I've lost them, I don't know. Oh my goodness, let me find them. So here are the two little tags. They are freebies over on my coffee shop, so you can go check that out. And I'm just going to use some of this because it's nice and thin. I don't want a lot of bulk in that little mini journal thing. I need my hole punch. Yeah, look on my freebie section of my coffee shop and you'll find them. I'm hoping to try and get some more little freebies up. And by doing freebies is my way of saying, like, thank you for your support. And so many people are saying, like, oh, thank you, thank you. No, it's thank you. It's a thank you to you for watching my videos, following me on YouTube, Instagram, the Facebook groups, commenting, liking, sharing. You know, it's just my way of saying thanks. I appreciate it. I know not everyone uses digitals, but that's just... Sorry about that. So we've got this little one that we can pop in there, and that little one we can pop in there. I might get a little stamp out and just stamp at the top of there. These are all my little kind of stamps that... I'll use that one maybe. These are just the little odds and sods ones. Yeah, we'll use that one. We shall. This doesn't stick very well. I do love that little stamp, but it doesn't stick, so I always use a little bit of glue stick just to hold it in place. I've had it years. I think it's just old, like me. Right. Right, and we will just stamp up the top just for a little bit more decoration, something else to look at, and you could decorate that if you want, but I'm not going to. Right, this is where I decide right, that should be well glued down now. I'm just going to trim that little top piece off, and top or bottom, I can't remember, but yeah, top. And then this is going to get... Do we want that one? I think we do. I think I would have it that way. Let me see. That way. Does it matter? No, I don't think it really matters. And I'm sorry I'm not very loud, but like I said, I've had a bit of a cold and I don't want to... I'm not straining myself. You can put captions on, although they're hilarious at times when you're watching. If I've had to do that, if I can't hear a video clearly, I don't go moaning about it to them, I just put captions on. But some of the things the captions comes up with is actually hilarious. Oh, right, now this is decisions. Doesn't really matter, right? I'm going to glue it that way. I'm going to use this super tacky one. Get that from the range here in the UK. Like when they've got it in stock, that is. I normally buy a few at a time, and it's actually 99p. And obviously, if they do that in Europe, it's €1.30. Right, just kind of making sure that that is straight, like so, and that will go on there as the closure, and I will tie that at the side, and then when you undo it, the whole thing comes off and you've still got all that lovely pretty image there. So that is my little take on it. You will see the video of the journal when I've finished that as well. Or you may see the video of the journal first and then this. Who knows? Because I don't know. Right, let's see if that will... I don't want to pull it too much because obviously the glue is still wet. It's just so you know how it's going to sit. And obviously we're not going to need all of that, so I'm just going to take a look at all that. I'll take that off. So yeah, that is my little make and my little twist on that. The easy fold out journal from Cathy's Garden. Like I said, everything will be linked below, so go check it out. And yeah, and hopefully you'll see the video of the journal first or before, first or after. If you do have any questions, just ask, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.